Hello, welcome, loyal listeners to watchers. I guess you're not just a listener; you're a watcher, but more than likely. Welcome to Real Talk. I am your host, Paul Britton. Today we just got one movie. We just got one movie going on today, and today we are looking at the latest movie from the Ministry of Guy Ritchie, the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Look, we have when Sergio was on the pod, the last movie we did of his was The Gentleman, which together, which came. Oh, actually, I guess it would have been The Wrath of Man. We would have done The Wrath of Man in 2021. And then me solo, I would have done Operation Fortune Ruse de Guerre, but he's a favorite of the pod. He's somebody that just absolutely Sergio and I, and now just me, uh, have a grand affinity for. And I mean, not without reason, honestly. He has as good of a first two movies coming out as any filmmaker. Quentin Tarantino's first two being Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction. Um, I'd put Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels and Snatch, first one in 1998, the second one in 2000, up against those two. It's just, look, he just makes super fun movies. None of them are super complex. None of them are he will probably never be nominated for too many awards, let alone win any. But his movies are super fun. When he is in, I am just gonna make a banger action film, or a banger gangster film, like you get with The Gentleman. You're going to enjoy it. And his latest, the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, is no different. This movie promises nothing but fun, and it absolutely delivers. It absolutely delivers on that promise. This isn't Civil War, which I took a look at last week, where it's a movie taking place during wartime, but it's about a group of journalists traveling during that time frame, whereas this is just a straight up World War II action flick. And it borrows a little bit of irreverence that you get with a lot of World War II flicks now. I'm thinking specifically of things like Inglorious Bastards, where look, it's not, you know, it's not Saving Private Ryan, where it's like war is hell and everybody in it is miserable. This definitely, you know, th- no one's confusing this with an anti-war movie, okay? And that's okay. That's not, I I think we know enough about war sucking and that we should avoid war, that every once in a while we could get a good action flick that happens to take place during a war, you know? And in essence, what this is, with the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, it's almost like a heist movie where uh this group of ne'er-do-well soldiers are given the task, and a covert task, totally off the books, kind of like a Mission Impossible thing. If you're captured, we're going to deny that we even know you. And if, um, they're given the task of, sinking a ship that is carrying filters being used on U-boats. And the problem right now is that U-boats are destroying the lifeline the United States is providing to England. And not in the form of soldiers. The United States hadn't entered the war yet, but they were definitely providing material supplies. So while the United States wasn't in the war, they were certainly helping the war effort as much as they could without actually, entering the battle. And so that's the story. It's just like they need to get in, these few soldiers need to get in and do some damage to a ship. And and it's led by Henry Cavill, who's known for Superman, and speaking of Mission Impossible, is also known for Mission Impossible Fallout. It also has Alan Richardson, who I'm not familiar with. Alan Richardson. He's done voices for Raphael in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle animated films. Oh, he was in Fast X. That's unfortunate. But I mean, he played a character in the Hunger Games Catching Fire. So he's he's a little off to the side from super stardom, unlike Henry Cavill. And then there's Alex Pettyfer, who again, not somebody I'm familiar with. He plays one of the guys in Magic Mike, and that's about it. My point is in doing this is that these are not your standard Guy Ritchie sort of, oh, I know that guy. Oh, I know that guy. Oh, I know that guy. He's other than Henry Cavill, and also Carrie Elwes, who plays like one of the colonels that gives him the that gives Henry Cavill the assignment. There's just a lot of unknowns. They're also helped by a sort of like a Matihara type of English spy whose goal is to distract the Nazi general that's in charge of the base that is basically servicing the U-boats, and she is played by Eiza Gonzalez, who plays the female lead in Baby Driver, not the female lead that but the sort of like the second lead, the female that is the wife of John Hamm's character. So I recognized her, but that's about it. There were just so many people that it was just like, I don't even know who that is. and I'm going through the cast list, and that's exactly what it is. But man, again, first of all, it doesn't matter that they're unknowns. They're just doing awesome kick-ass shit. Thing one. And thing two, there's just so much going on that, like, even if they were bad acting, who knows? Because it's just from one scene to another. This movie absolutely cooks. It clocks in at exactly 2 hours. And that's with credits. So really it's, what, hour and 50. Perfect sweet spot for a movie. Look, if you like action movies, and if you like Guy Ritchie, if you like heist movies, if you like watching Nazis get the shit beat out of them, this movie is for you. That's this really should have a broad appeal. And I'll be honest with you, it didn't crack 10 million in the box office this weekend, and I'm trying. I know when I went to go find a showing of it, the theater that I went to had, I want to say 3 screens showing Abigail, and it only had 1 screen showing this movie. And I don't know what that's all about. Like, maybe it was just 2 screens of Abigail and 1 screen of this, but man, I mean, I guess people like going to see horror movies, but don't people like going to see awesome kick-ass action films too? Like, what am I missing here? I don't know. This movie is so easy to rate. It's a 4 taco. So here on Real to Real Talk, instead of giving stars, we give out tacos. And if we decide it needs a little bit of extra, we give it guacamole instead of like a half a taco, because nobody eats a half a fucking taco. So I'm giving it 4 tacos. This movie was just absolutely 100% right in my wheelhouse. It's very straightforward, based on a true story. That's the other thing. Holy cow. Based on a true story, kids. So there's a pre credits this is what happened with these people in real life scene segment, and I was kind of like, I wonder how real this is, but apparently it's pretty freaking real. Obviously they take a lot of liberties. I understand that, but yeah, man, this is This is the real deal. This is a movie that, as long as you don't hate war movies or you get mad when people punch Nazis, everybody should be going to see this movie. So, that's where we're doing. That's all I got for you today. It's super fast, quick in, quick out. I'm Paul Britton. This is Real to Real Talk. Catch me next week, where we're going to be talking about Challengers, the new Zendaya movie, and a couple others. I'll definitely have more on the plate for next week. But until next week, hey, go check out some movies, man. All right.